describe one or two of the bigger challenges and what were the most exciting experiences during your 4 shuttle missions?
Well, the most exciting experience was flying the jetpack by far. I mean, that was just amazing to be able to,
Was it a kind of science fiction?
Well, I don't know. It was just something that kind of was, the view was so amazing. I mean, when you're inside the shuttle, like you see that, the Boran in the background, it's like the
You
difference
have only
between,
little windows.
yeah, it's like the difference from being inside is you're looking out a window. But once you go outside, the whole, expanse opens up, especially like at a sunrise or a sunset. And it was kind of funny because I wasn't known to be a person who got real excited. And the first time I flew up about 25 feet above the shuttle. And it was at a sunset. And I was looking out there and I said, wow. And the people on the ground said,
What?
Mark said, wow, it must really be, it must really be cool. So anyway.
This is your first time at the Apollo and Beyond Space exhibition at the Technik Museum Speyer. What do you like most about it?
I think the biggest thing is the fact that so much is covered. I mean, you covered basically from the beginning of manned spaceflight
Up to now.
Up to now. And the information that you have here is truly, I mean, amazing. I mean, I was just kind of blown away by how much.
Event today, I would like to welcome Consul General Brian Heath from the consulate in Frankfurt. Welcome, Brian. The stage is yours. Great to have you here.
And that's a big part of what makes today so special. It's one thing to see the spacecraft, the equipment, and learn about the history here at the museum, but it's another to directly hear from someone who was part of that history and who can tell us what it was actually like to be there. So Gerhard, thank you very much for making this possible and for everything you've done to make Apollo and Beyond such an extraordinary place to encounter this history and also to ponder what comes next. It's particularly good to see so many young people here today because the story of space exploration is far from finished. Museums like this can show us what has already been accomplished, but perhaps even more importantly, they can make a young person look at all of this and think, maybe someday me. And that's where the beyond really begins. So Gerhard, once again, thank you for the opportunity to be here today. I look forward to a very interesting conversation between you and Colonel Lee. The floor is yours.
The Space Lab Japan mission. Here on the left, we see the Space Lab in the payload bay. How was that to work in such a big environment? Typically, the orbiter has only the flight deck and the mid deck for 7 people. It's pretty small.
Yeah, and that's the best part about it, is the fact that you do have some room, because you don't get it in the shuttle. This area, like if you took this area right in front of me here, from the camera over to me, over to you, 7 people live in that area for 2 weeks. There's nowhere else to go. You got the toilet in the corner, and that's kind of tough to think about staying in a space that small for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but when you were in the spacewalk and you look to Earth, what message would you give to people?
Okay.
Is this correct?
all right. The message is we're not taking care of the Earth. All right. That's the big message. Shouldn't be a big surprise to look down there. It had a big impact on me though, is I became a little bit more, aware of the environment. I had a bunch of land in Wisconsin. I was trying to convert our acres to your square meters, but I have about, I don't know, 1 million square acres. 1 million square acres of land. And on that land, I ended up planting 140,000 trees. All right, and most of them, the way you plant the trees large scale is you have a tractor, you have a tree planter in the back, and someone sits back there and puts them into the opening. I did most of it, probably 100,000 of the trees I planted myself and my brothers and other friends. We did the rest. And now these trees are 45 years old. So I'm zero carbon for the rest of my life. And the other part
The
was,
second one. What was the second part?
What's so special about the Space Shuttle era?
What's the special about the Space Shuttle era?
well, there's some good things and some bad things. All right, the bad thing is that it's not as safe or as cheap as we thought it was going to be. So from that
We
standpoint,
had 2 accidents.
yeah, they had 2 accidents. We were supposed to really have maybe 1 accident in 1,000 flights. We were anticipating flying it every 2 weeks, and we never did that. You know, it's just one of those things that didn't live up to its billing. So that part of it. The good part about it is we ended up with international partners. So we had people all over the world working with us. That was, you know, a good part. We did some great things like the Hubble Space Telescope. If we wouldn't have had the shuttle to service it, it would have lasted 5 years or something like that. To give you a good idea of what it was like to service Hubble, when it was launched, it had magnetic reel-to-reel tape recorders to collect data. Most people don't even know what magnetic reel-to-reel tape recorders are. But then we went to a solid state and, you know, a digital. Now, instead of having that, you can plug in a thumb drive, you know, and collect.
Thank you, Mark, for the presentation. Jetzt zum